Hi, Cody Remaklus with Agent Remaklus Realty, wanting to give you some tips on buying a home. So one of the things that you can do is stay away from calling the listing agent, which means calling the number on the sign of a house that you might be interested in. Call an exclusive buyer agent. They're going to represent you throughout the process. So there are a lot of things that are involved in buying a house, and having a representative that doesn't have any tie to the seller or the house you're buying is in your best interest. Another tip would be that you don't have to have a whole bunch of money in order to buy a house. You might need to talk to a lender in order to find out exactly what options you do have though. So again, call an exclusive buyer agent and they can link you to a lender so that you can find out exactly what you can afford. Because looking prior to knowing what you can afford is a little bit like putting the cart before the horse. Don't fall in love with a house you can't afford, but don't think you have to settle for something less than you really want. So it can work in both ways. Another tip for buying a house is it's actually a good time to buy a house right now in the Reno area. The Reno area is really growing, and which means we don't exactly know what that means, in my opinion. So a tip I would give you is work with someone who's from the area. Make sure your agent is from Reno. They're gonna have a really good idea of what the strongest school districts are, or what that means. They're gonna have an idea of how best to help you realize your dreams within the home. So not just the house being important, but what are you gonna do in your life once you get that house? I think that's just as important as the house itself, is what does your life look like there? And to me, that's where another tip would be, is making a list, needs and wants, and understanding the difference between those two things. That needs are things that I'm going to, as an exclusive buyer agent, be really interested in helping you capture. Wants are important, but they're not as tied to your actual lifestyle and your daily, your larger dreams. So needs, I think, are resaleability. Can you resell that house easily? That means it's a strong investment if you can. Or further out of the box, is it rentable? And to me, that's kind of falls in the same category. If you can resell a house really quick, you can probably rent it really easily. And both of those things mean that no matter what happens in your life when you buy a house, that you can get out of it or you can make money off of it. So both great reasons as to why to buy a house versus renting as well. So I hope you can see that there's multiple tips in there just within that one point. So going back to the needs versus wants list, needs again are going to be capturing your financial goals. They're going to capture your lifestyle needs. So that means, like, if your kids are going to school, are they in the school district you want them in? Is that house in the school district you want your kids to be in? So location, 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 that's part of what realtors and people mean by saying that. So that to me falls in the needs category. A want might be color of carpet or color of paint, not important. Those are lipstick on the pig. So you can change those things. Honestly, you might even be able to get a better deal on a house if you're one of the buyers that can look past the lipstick on the house. All that stuff's really easily changed. So that to me falls in the wants list and should not get confused with a need. And it shouldn't supersede a need. So a need should be, I want to be on a cul-de-sac because I have kids, and everyone else that has kids knows that there's not through traffic in front of a house that's located in a cul-de-sac. So they can play safely in the street. So to me, that's a great need. And that also helps with resaleability if the house is on a cul-de-sac. Corner lots can be good and bad. That would be another tip, is like maybe corner lot isn't as important as some people might want you to believe it is. It might mean that you have a bigger size lot, but it also might mean there's a lot of traffic right there. It might also mean you have a light post and a power box in your front yard. So, and those aren't things you can move. So again, that to me would be not as important of a need in resaleability. So my job as an exclusive buyer agent is to keep your needs and wants list clear throughout your process. So you can start your own process by making that list for yourself. So that's that's a tip into helping you with sometimes the hardest part of the process is making a decision. In life, I've found that the hardest decisions are when you have two good choices, two viable options. What do you do when you have two things you could see yourself in? That's where that list for needs versus wants will really come in handy. And I suggest going towards the house that captures more of your needs than more of your wants. Hope this has been helpful. Please click the link below if you'd like to know any more about tips of buying a home or if you need help in the process. Thanks for your time. Hi, and thank you so much for watching our video. If you found it to be interesting, please take a moment to like and subscribe to our channel below. To stay tuned and updated on our blog and our page activities, please follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. All of our links to those are below in the description. Thanks again and see you next time.